Slips and trips are the most common cause of injury in the workplace. On average, they cause over a third of all major injuries and over 40% of all reported injuries to members of the public. Statistics from Health and Safety Executive, the HSE in the UK, suggest that most of these accidents are slips, most of which happen when floor surfaces are affected by contaminants such as water, oil and grease. With this in mind, it's important that any safety flooring specified is designed to provide sustainable wet slip resistance for its guaranteed life and can be tested in situ to ensure continual performance. Duty of care for all in the specification chain to protect building users is of paramount importance, and Polyflor is the market-leading manufacturer of fit-for-purpose and sustainable safety flooring sold under the Polysafe brand. Fully conforming to stringent slip resistance test methods, all Polysafe ranges comply with relevant standards, including EN 13845, the European Safety Flooring Standard for particle-based floor coverings. Polyflor conforms to the highest industry slip resistance specifications set out by the HSE, with all safety flooring products manufactured to surpass the requirement of 36 and above using the pendulum machine, a dynamic coefficient of friction test designed to give wet slip resistance results both in situ and in the laboratory. Recommended by the HSE and used by inspectors in light of any claim, this fully portable test can be used on-site to give live slip resistance readings over the life of the floor. Designed to simulate a foot slipping on the surface, the pendulum features a dummy heel, which sweeps over the flooring in a controlled manner using a rubber slider, either with a harder rubber, slider 96, or for barefoot areas, a softer rubber, slider 55. Slip resistance tests are always undertaken in wet conditions, as people are more likely to slip on a wet floor than a dry floor.
The first advantage of using the pendulum over the ramp test is that the pendulum is fully portable. So we can use it not only for testing the product as it comes off the production line, but also in laboratories, but even more importantly to test the product when it's actually installed. The pendulum itself replicates the squeeze dynamic film that we get when people slip. The ramp test cannot do that. The other advantage of using the pendulum over the ramp test is it's the preferred method of testing recognised by the Health and Safety Executive in the UK.
A pendulum test value, PTV, result of 36 and above, classifies a floor that becomes wet as offering low slip potential. This equates to a risk level of 1 person in a million slipping on the floor if it's installed and maintained correctly. When a pedestrian heel strikes a floor that is contaminated with water, a compressed fluid film is created between foot and floor, known as a squeeze film. A safety flooring with embedded particles through the performance layer is designed to break through this squeeze film and generate foot-to-floor contact and increase traction. With all Polysafe ranges manufactured with safety particles through the performance layer, it's important to demonstrate that these aggregates are sustainable and perform for the guaranteed life of the product. To ensure this durability and performance, an abrasion test forms part of the European Safety Flooring Standard, EN 13845. For a floor to be sustainable, it is mandatory to pass this accelerated wear test and achieve less than 10% particle loss after 50,000 cycles. These particles are counted at the start of the test and at intervals until the final count. All Polysafe products conform to these strict requirements. A flooring with no particles through the wear layer, and which is just reliant on an emboss or coating, is not a sustainable safety floor and should be treated with caution. To provide the added assurance of sustainable slip resistance for its particle-based Polysafe ranges, Polyflor tests products with a Pedatron walking foot machine, monitoring performance over 1 million cycles. This accelerated wear test involves an artificial foot device with standard shoe and sole, equivalent to an average-weighted person walking over the floor surface. Footsteps are generated with the forepart of the shoe being in contact with the flooring whilst it rotates incrementally. This represents a foot walking in a straight line and turning a corner. After every 125,000 cycles, Polysafe ranges undertake a pendulum test in the wet to ensure that they still achieve a PTV of over 36 in accordance with HSE guidelines. The ramp test is an ex-factory slip resistance method that involves using a human operator walking up and down an inclining ramp over the flooring sample until a slip occurs. This test is undertaken in either barefoot conditions with the use of a soap solution or with footwear in the presence of an oil contaminant. In the barefoot test, the resulting level of degrees the ramp can be inclined before the operator slips is categorized into appropriate classifications, A, B, or C. For the shod test, where work boots are used, flooring is given an R value ranging from R9 to R13. Due to severe limitations, the ramp test should not be used as a sole indicator of sustainable wet slip resistance. This test allows products to be misrepresented as safety floors due to the use of a heavy or rough emboss without any particles, which may achieve an ex-factory result of R10 or higher. The ramp test does not accurately represent a foot slipping on the floor and cannot be undertaken on site. With no account taken of wear and maintenance of the flooring after installation, along with the human variability during the test, the floor's sustainability cannot be measured. The maintenance of the floor and its slip resistance is intrinsically linked. Poor maintenance that does not follow manufacturer guidance and which results in a build-up of soiling will impair the slip resistance, as will the use of polish on safety flooring.
Maintenance is a very important part of maintaining the slip resistance of any safety flooring. Any residues of detergents or soaps on the floor will have a detrimental effect on the slip resistance of that floor covering. So that's why it's very important that all safety floors are rinsed after cleaning to remove any residues. And remember that a safe floor is a clean floor.
Polyflor's exclusive Polysafe PUR technology is applied to many ranges and provides superior cleaning benefits, life cycle maintenance cost savings, and optimum appearance retention. With many long-term installations, Polysafe is a tried and trusted performer. One such example is at the historically renowned Bury Grammar School, where the flooring to this day is still offering high performance and sustainable slip resistance in adherence to HSE guidelines.
I've been employed at Bury Grammar Schools for 40 years. I've been responsible over the last 20 for all new build and refurbishment work. Part of my task is clearly to specify the kind of materials and products we would use within the refurbishments. We've found for many years now that the Polyflor range of products is ideal to produce a safe and wonderful learning environment for all the youngsters. In fact, I do get requests from other schools to recommend particular products, and I can recommend without hesitation any of the Polyflor products that we've used at Bury Grammar School.
Meeting all specification requirements and seen as the industry standard across the globe, the UK-manufactured Polysafe collection from Polyflor provides complete peace of mind for those areas which are continually wet or at risk of water spillage. With an assurance of sustainable wet slip resistance for the guaranteed life of the product, Polysafe is the byword for the ultimate in top-level performance. Like Polyflor, all flooring manufacturers should be able to provide an assurance of sustainable slip resistance for the guaranteed life and have product constructions that are fit for purpose for the long term, where slip resistance can be measured in situ to meet HSE guidelines.